Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the week 4th of the trading setup. This watch list is for July 24th to 28th. We have an exciting week coming up because the big tech kicks off the earnings with some of the major names like Microsoft, Google reporting earnings. In today's video, I will share my watch list for the upcoming week and I will also share the results from last week's trade. If you found the content interesting, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also save this watch list because every single week I am going to be updating the videos here. So without further ado, let's dive in. Last week, we had a lot of reds in the tech sector. The finance sector was very busy. We had a lot of banks and other financial institutions reporting earnings. Bank of America was up 6.6%. And we also had Morgan Stanley up 7.5%. Charles Schwab was up over 10% for the week. Tesla reported earnings last week as well. It was down 6.13% for the week. Tech losing some steam. Google, Microsoft, Meta, Nvidia were also down. On the semiconductor side, Nvidia and AMD were also down for the week. Also got slightly new gain on Apple because of the AI news. Next week is a major week on the earnings. We have companies like Verizon, 3M, GM, Microsoft, Alphabet, Snap, Visa, Boeing, Coca-Cola, Meta, McDonald's, MasterCard, Ford, Intel reporting earnings along with ExxonMobil, etc. So we are going to be taking some of these trades throughout the week and I'm going to share 3 trade ideas that I have. So keep watching. If you watched the video last week, we had 2 trades set up. One was Bank of America, one was Tesla. For Bank of America, we plan to open the trade on July 17th, right between 2 to 4 p.m. That's what we did here. We opened a 721 expiration 29 put for 3 contracts. The delta for this contract was about 0.32, so highly likely it could get assigned. Total premium we collected was 105 and 96. Bank of America was planned to report earnings before the market opened on July 18th because they did a both beat on the revenue and EPS and their profits were up 19%. We got a trade gain of 85% at the market open. So we had a major IV crush right there. I went ahead and I closed that trade with over 91% profit. If you want to get updates on real-time basis, follow me on Twitter because I will be posting my trade setups and any trade updates that I have throughout the week and the trade results. The second trade alert was on Tesla, where we were expecting Tesla to break the $300 mark in case of a major earnings beat. The earnings came out a little bit softer on Tesla's side, and then because of that, Tesla took a big dump right over here. We generally expect a move of about $10 to $30 on an earnings. Even though we had planned to open a put at 267.5, we ended up being a little bit more conservative and I opened a put for 265. Unfortunately, that still got assigned to me. So as you can see right over here, you bought assigned puts as of 721, Tesla at 26.5 per share. The total cost is about $26,500. The first ticker for the upcoming week will be Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. Tesla was trading around the $299 right before the earnings. Right after the earnings, Tesla took this big dump right here on day 1. Then day 2, Tesla stock ended up going down almost $40 from its all-time high of the week. We sold cash secured put for $265. When we sold that, we got a premium of $2.43. So our effective cost basis was $262.57. So assuming that these are the contract prices, if I sell a covered call as part of the second leg of the wheel strategy, I can sell at the money covered call for July 28th for $5.70, which is going to reduce my cost basis from 262.5 to 256.87. And that is going to be the profit that I will collect in both sides of the options. When I sold a put, I collected 2.43. When I sell a call, I'll collect 5.7. So 5.7 plus 2.4, I made $800 on this trade. If you want to track how my Tesla covered calls go for next week, make sure you follow me on Twitter because I will be posting the updates there. The second trade idea will be on Intel. Intel reports earning on Thursday after close, and it's one of the most important stocks to watch in the semiconductor space. Last 1 year, the stock is down 16.23%. Year to date, the stock is up at 27%. 6 out of the last 8 trading days, the stock has closed above the 3390 level, which is right here. And this, I believe, is now the new support level for Intel. We see a continued uptick in Intel in the RSI. The volumes are up as well, and the stock is trading above 20-day SMA. On the earnings side, we are expecting an EPS of negative 0.03. They were expecting an EPS of minus 0.04. So the street is expecting to still have a loss on EPS, but they were able to beat by 10 cents. So it came out positive. The revenue actual for last quarter was 11.72, and this year they are expecting 12.12 in this quarter. So very important to watch those numbers as the earnings will come out. The average move of every earnings for Intel is anywhere between 6.3% to 7.9% plus minus on either side, which gives you about $2.14 and $2.68 based on the current price of 34.02. I'm expecting Intel to perform better than what they had performed last quarter. If I sell a cash secured put on Intel for $34, there are over 6,600 contracts and the delta is about 47. So if I want to be a little bit more conservative, I can sell a $33 cash secured put where delta is 34, or even go lower to where delta is less than 30. And in that case, I will be generating at 32.5 about 55 cents per share, or at 33.75 cents per share. Third ticker on the watch list is Google, ticker symbol GOOGL. Now keep in mind, Google has two tickers, GOOG and GOOGL. The main difference between these two is GOOG is a class C shares which does not have voting rights, and GOOGL is a class A share which has voting rights. I would always recommend to buy class A shares as opposed to class C shares, because in case Google goes bankrupt ever, you would be eligible to get paid back as a class A shareholder first, then class C shareholder. So keep that in mind. Now, unlike Nvidia, which had this massive bull run, Apple is over up 50%. Google has underperformed relatively. It's still up 34.67%, better than NASDAQ, but compared to its peers in the big eight, still underperformed. The upcoming quarter's EPS is about 1.34 and revenue estimate is about $72.75 billion. Google chart is showing a lot of bullish momentum. We do have a double bottom here. Whenever a double bottom forms, it is a very bullish signal. Currently, the stock is trading at $120.02. 122.56 is an August high, which Google has been trying to break and create a new support level. If Google gets a good earnings, we may be able to break that high from 2022, and we may even be able to touch the 131, which is a high in April 2022, which Google has not been able to break recently. Put to call ratio on Google is about 0.75 for the next week, which is very bullish. And also during the earnings week, the run up for Google in either direction is between 4.7% to 5.4%, which equates to about $5.6 to $6.5. So that is the range that you could expect the Google stock to run up or down. So for next week, if I want to use this as a trade option, and let's say I'm going to take $6.50 from below, which I'm looking at about $114. So at 114, the open interest is 1.3K with a delta of 0.22. However, at 115, the delta is 0.26 with about 6.6K open interest. So this seems like a good spot where we can place our trade. So if we put 115 as a cash secured put, we will generate about 1.4. My effective cost basis will be 113. Alphabet is going to report earnings on Tuesday after close. I may look at opening this trade on Tuesday before the market closes. In summary, there are three trades. I'm going to running a covered call on Tesla and two cash secured puts on Intel and Google. Two out of these three trades are earnings play, and earnings are a binary event, so it could go in either direction. Personally, for me, I'm okay buying those shares at those levels. This is not a financial advice. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you have a good risk management before you enter into any trade or investment. So hopefully you enjoyed today's content. If you did, make sure you give us a like, click on subscribe and ring that bell notification. I will see you next time, investor family, but don't forget to invest for tomorrow.